go black to Africa. We are here chilling with the lovely family that we have. The T3 and me. Shorty right over there. Yeah. You say hello. Hey. So, yeah, so we gonna have some dinner here. My lovely wife, Serenity, they came join, and yeah, we get to learn a little bit more about Tanzania and how they are doing. Yeah. Y'all been here how long?
About 2 months now.
Yeah,
almost 3.
About 2 months.
Yeah.
About 2 months. Let us know too, also, family, if you can't hear. I got this mic, so I'm trying to pick it up so we can just like turn around like that. But let us know though if you can't hear.
Mic 2.2.
Yeah, I got a thing that's showing me. It's reading, so yeah. But hey y'all, for those who do not know, T3 and me, they have been here how long in Tanzania?
2 months now.
2 months. And then y'all just like, tell them a little bit about y'all's little story, how y'all wound up here, where were you before, and where you were in the States.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, initially, I was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. My wife, she's originally from New York, Queens, New York, and we met in Nashville in 2017. And 2015. I'm sorry. We got married in 2017, but we met in 2015 in Nashville. I was sort of trying to find myself and trying to find the best route and getting out of the Memphis streets, trying not to get in trouble, and ran into my wife in Nashville. We just began to grow together and realized that we had to get out of America at some point. And 2020 rolled around and we realized it was time.
Yeah, George Floyd really put the battery in us to get out faster than what we had originally planned.
Yeah. We initially wanted to do it a few years out, but of course, after what happened with George, that kind of made it, put some more urgency in it. And of course, we got a 1-year-old son that we want to raise in a safe environment where we don't have to worry about the stress of all that.
So you see family, they travel with a 1-year-old,
Yeah.
and just uprooted and came on over to the motherland. I mean, that's what really turned me on to you all's channel, was that I said, man, y'all a young couple, man, and that's ballsy, you know what I mean? Uproot, man, and with a child so young. I thought that was amazing, and I had turned my children on to you all. Said, look, these are young couples, you know. I don't know y'all ages, but
I'm actually 27. I just turned 27. My wife is 32.
Okay, all right, y'all young.
We still young. We're still young.
Yeah. So how is it though? Because I remember I had did a video on you all telling people to go check y'all out because y'all were a young couple and everything. And y'all were over in Rwanda.
Yeah. Started off in Rwanda. Ended up over here in Tanzania.
Yeah. So share with us about your adventure there in Rwanda.
Rwanda, we were there for about a month. The city itself is beautiful. It's very clean. It's safe. The only thing that, the reason why we kind of left for Tanzania was for a number of reasons. The main one being that they have very strict measures for COVID in Rwanda. So we kind of wanted to go somewhere that wasn't as strict. And so we came to Tanzania. Also, they have beaches here. They have a lot more to do here as far as like family activities. They have amusement parks. They have a lot of stuff, shopping malls, stuff for the kids to go do. And I think Rwanda may have had a couple of things, but because of COVID, everything is closed, so you can't really go and experience the country like you normally would. So we're here in Tanzania and we're loving it so far.
We left America to escape sort of like bondage and being confined and put on lockdown, and that's still what's going on in Rwanda. So it kind of defeated the purpose for us to leave over there and come back to bondage again. So we kind of figured it was time for us to leave that place. It was still nice. It was beautiful. It's nothing against the culture or anything like that. It was just we can't do COVID. Like if it's a place of freedom and it's a place of refuge where it's somewhere that we can be free, then why not take that chance and go there too?
So how lax really is Tanzania? How lax is it when it comes to the COVID?
Well, you see us right now, right? No mask on.
All 32 teeth showing.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're very lax here. The country declared COVID was over back in May, I want to say. So yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that here. Any curfews or mask mandates or vaccine mandates or any of that.
It's even so nice when you get here, they tell you can throw your mask away at the airport. Like they encourage you to go ahead and toss it in the trash as soon as you get here.
Yeah. So how's your son like it? Man, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was another reason why we wanted to come to Tanzania, because the sun is always shining, and in Rwanda the sun is there, but it's usually like overcast a lot. It's like, would you say it's like overcast?
Yeah. Because of the mountains.
Yeah, because of a lot of the mountains and everything, and you're further away from the equator than in Tanzania. So Tanzania has lots of sun. Sun is always shining here, so that was another reason why we came here as well.
Cool. Can everybody hear? I know I'm getting some folks saying there's a lot of background noise, but y'all been screaming for me to get a mic, so now I got a mic. Now y'all talking about background noise, but I can't win for lose.
Can't please everybody.
Yeah, you can't please everybody, but let me just let us know. Can you actually hear what they're saying? We know we got some background noise, but yeah, just keep us informed on the sound checks.
He's being a 1-year-old.
Low volume. Okay, we kick it back up. Okay, does that sound better? Okay, sound is low. Okay, I kicked it back the dBs up, so you should hear even better. But when I did that, they were talking about it was too many background. All right, so
We're back.
we are back. Okay. All right, so we got the family, y'all, who's just tuned in. We got 108 people who's joined in so far.
What's up, people?
Yeah, we got our T3 and me fam. Young couple who's been here in Tanzania for a couple of months. Yes. And where were y'all before y'all went to Rwanda?
Nashville.
Okay, so Rwanda was your first.
Yeah, first time on the motherland.
Yeah.
First time on the motherland. Okay. So share with us that first experience landing in Africa.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, first we stopped off in Ethiopia, and T3 is being busy, but when we got to Ethiopia, I just felt a feeling of like a release, like I definitely shed a few tears. It really just felt like I was where I was supposed to be, like I was back in the land. And as we like went and visited different like slave ports and stuff, like you could just kind of feel like the heaviness of it, and then like when you walk through, you kind of like feel like you're retracing your ancestor steps. So it's like a very spiritual here. Like you can feel like different sorts of spiritual things going on here. It's kind of hard to describe it, but when you get here, you'll understand what I'm saying more. But it's a very spiritual place here in Africa.
When I actually I shed a few tears when I saw the landmass through the window of the airplane. Like before we landed, I felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Actually, finally felt free, and I was more excited about the future, and I knew I actually had opportunity now. So it was a great feeling.
Cool. Let me give a shout out to Shell. I appreciate the donation giving. Say hello, look at Go Black and T3 and me. I follow you all. Hello from Nashville.
Oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Most definitely. So, let me ask you, Tim, because you a man, not a boy, right?
Of course. Of course.
I have to confirm one thing.
Hold 1 second.
They said there is no what.
There's no what?
What no. to be in the mix like that.
What was mixed with the
So we're getting our orders together, family. Here goes the Gold Black fam, Mrs. Gold Black and Serenity. I hope this sound isn't all that bad, but people was asking they couldn't hear, so now we have the mic in place. I might have to undo it.
Everything.
Yeah, y'all probably hearing all the background noise. So we decided to do. Somebody said you're cold.
Oh no, I just like long sleeves.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
She doesn't always wear long sleeves.
yeah. But anyway, we're right over here. What's the name of this area, Tim? Mikochini.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mikochini Plaza now.
Mikochini. Okay, we have a place called Taste Me. Taste Me. So the place here, it's in a shopping center or what is this? Like a plaza.
Yeah, Plaza.
Like a
It's called
plaza.
Mikochini Plaza.
Yeah, and this whole area though, is this still Oyster Bay?
I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still learning.
Yeah,
Don't let me
yeah.
lie, man.
Yeah. So now where have y'all settled down at? I mean, because a lot of people are kind of curious of, you know, the living lifestyles out here. How y'all found, you know, have y'all got accustomed to the living? Is it different than back in the United States? What would you say, cost of living and the accommodations?
We're in the Together area, and it's probably like 30 minutes away from here. And the cost of living is not as bad as America. We actually have a 7-bedroom home for like, you pay like $350 a month for it. So your money goes a lot further here, and we're living amongst the locals too. So we kind of learning the culture. We're learning how to shop, get the right fruits and vegetables from the people like right in the neighborhood. It's like in your neighborhood, there's someone selling each type of fruit, like every few steps. Every shop has someone selling the milk, somebody's selling the peanuts, somebody's selling the tomatoes, somebody's selling the onions. Like, you don't have to go too far. You don't have to go to it's not a grocery store. Well, they have grocery stores, but in your neighborhoods, you don't have one. So you have to really adjust and get with the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me get back to my initial question
Yeah.
before the guy came. As I said, I know you're a man, not a boy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how does it feel as a young man coming into a foreign land with your family, not sure if whether or not you're providing that proper security, ensuring that you are overseeing and leading the family in the right direction. What thoughts went through your mind as a young man in making that change and making sure that hey, I do right by my family?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Honestly, man, my whole life, I've known that I was like I've been different from a lot of my peers and a lot of what I've watched the older men in my life do. I've known to do different. Like I've known that I've been blessed with that intuitiveness. So I knew I needed to do something different to make a change and to break all the generational curses. Like I did everything else. I talked to the Father, I prayed, I fasted, and I've always been seeking, like, what do we need to do as a people to not continue to do the same things over and over?
Yeah.
So in my seeking and praying and asking, it was revealed to me that we keep dealing with the problems of the West. And we continue to keep like pacifying things that's going on, thinking we're gonna get a tap on the shoulder, they're gonna change for us and go ahead and accept us at some point. And I came to the reality that it's never gonna happen. And I didn't want to put my son in a situation to where I'm forcing him to have to tuck his black in all the time to be able to survive. Like I can't, knowing what I know, I couldn't put my son in that situation. I had to figure something out. So knowing that I had to be a trailblazer and do something different sort of pushed the fear and anxiety out of me, so I didn't have to worry about it. Because he's going to provide a way. He's going to make sure that it's taken care of. I just keep the faith and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't that tough. But it was fear tried to creep in, but I know I'm on an assignment. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. I have to leave a legacy.
That's powerful what my brother just said. And I don't know if y'all could have heard. I'm quite sure you have. My mic is showing, my receiver is showing that y'all heard it what he said. So, but you know, that's the thing I think about too when relocating here to Africa is making sure that I set up my family in positioning them in a good way. And so it's crossed my mind many a time because, you know, when you think that, you know, you live in a country and you think you're secure, you think, you know, you're comfortable, because, you know, living in the U.S. my whole life, you know, I mean, I've lived in a lot of different countries, but knowing that coming to a foreign land and you don't know much about whether it's the government, the history, or whether it's the people, whether it's just the living conditions, the accommodations, I got to keep all that in mind, you know, because it's just not me. It's like y'all, it's we, you know. And so it bothered me for a point in time, but then, like you said, you know, you lean on something higher and greater than yourself, and you just got to keep that faith, you know. And that's what kept me going for years when I made a decision on where I want to get stationed in the military or relocate my family somewhere. And so, yeah, I had to ask you that question. I had to ask you that question.
You already know how it goes.
Yeah. So, do you think that in the United States you had opportunities to go far and beyond than what you could imagine, or you think it's here for you?
It's here. It's here. It's here. It's the American dream is exactly what it is, a dream. And on the other side of the dream, there's always the opposite of the dream is a nightmare. And someone's living a dream and someone else is living a nightmare. We unfortunately, were the majority of the people is living a nightmare over there.
Yeah.
So I believed it at some point until I guess after Obama. Yeah, after Obama, I realized, like, man, something ain't right over here.
Yeah.
Like, it's set up for us not to succeed, literally. And it's over here. It's over here.
It's like they could easily just pull the rug from underneath you. Like anytime you make progress, I mean, we have Black Wall Street, Rosewood. Anytime we would get ahead, they would come and destroy it or sabotage it in some way. So just simply for being Black. So you know, being over here in a land where everyone is Black, you really don't have to worry about that type of stuff here. So you know, how far you go in life is basically your own hands and your mind. You can use it to go as far as you want. There's no limits here, really. You can make your own destiny.
Awesome. Now I asked Tim his perspective as a man. I want to ask you as a woman, a mother, a wife, a mother. Did you have reservations at first and doubts, and how did you overcome them to feel comfortable? You're coming into a continent, a country that where you are going to, you know, put your son, your family into a place that you feel as though is better than where you come from. Yeah.
It's a good question.
That is a good question. No, I didn't really have any reservations just because it's something I had been thinking about for a couple of years. I guess you can say I have been following the conspiracy theories, so I kind of knew that America was headed in a certain direction, that it wasn't really looking good for people of color over there. So I knew eventually that we would have to forge our way somewhere else. So I think I kind of resigned myself to the idea for a couple of years that we eventually would need to leave.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of had to convince my husband at first to come to Africa. But for me, I always knew that this would be like the final destination. I didn't think I would be coming here this fast though. I thought maybe like later on in life, maybe when he got a little older, but circumstances changed, so we had to expedite everything.
So, was there anyone on the land here that inspired you? Was it YouTubers, or did you connect with anybody before making those decisions and coming? Having contact?
Yeah, actually, I was watching a couple of YouTubers before we left. Tiffany Banner, she was one that I watched when I heard about her being 19 years old and coming over here. Like, that just kind of blew me away. I'm like, man, if a 19-year-old can do it. Like, I'm here with my family. Like, I know that I can make it. I also watched the African Superstar. She's in Ghana now. She was encouraging people to come. She had been to the continent a few times. Phil from the African Diaspora News Channel. I definitely was watching him quite heavily. So yeah, I just kind of like started immersing myself in all things Africa and like trying to get a feel of the land before I even got here. So I would be more comfortable with coming here as well.
Nice. That's nice. So, I'm trying to get these questions right here in the way I want to lay them out. You know, why East Africa and not West Africa?
It wasn't. Honestly, I mean, we were led here. One-year-olds, they cute, y'all. They're very cute, but sometimes they want to do different things. But it wasn't really a versus thing, you know. We were just led here. We didn't really. It wasn't like a let's do research on the West, let's do research on the East. Okay. It was just Tanzania. No one's talking about Tanzania, so let's, we looked into it. My wife brought it up.
And we had a friend in Tanzania.
Yeah, we had someone mention it. We were like, okay, well, let's look into it. We wanted to come to Africa. It didn't matter. We were gonna get here if it was the West, if it was the East, but it just ended up being here. We got led here.
And I've heard like Western Africa is more, I would say in certain areas it's a little more expensive. And since so many people are like going to Ghana, it's kind of like, I'm going to say it's oversaturated with Americans, but there's like other countries where we have a chance to like be the first or to start something there as opposed to some of the other Western African countries. Like Ghana, they have a lot of things already going for them, so kind of felt like we wanted to go somewhere where not a lot of people knew about and where we could like really make a bigger difference there.
Great answer. So, the dust has settled. And you know how it is, sometimes you go through this hyper type of, this mode of life, and you're like, okay, all right, yeah, and then you settle down and the dust settles, and then, like, okay, all right, well, you know what?
Yeah.
So the dust is kind of settled, y'all situated, got your house. How is it for y'all? 2 months being here and all that.
I can honestly say it's man, I can't even put it into words. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how we've been prepared for this. I know me personally, like I've been detoxing from America for a long time ago. Not knowingly, but I've been I know you have to rewire your mind from after dealing with all that for so many centuries, so many years. Like they've brainwashed our entire, like, probably 4 generations of men and women. So we do and think in ways that's not healthy.
That's contrary to like the culture over here is completely different in many ways, and I'm like, wow, like they really took us out of our natural habitat and the way we naturally do things. So it's kind of like getting back to yourself, like rediscovering your culture and your roots in an African way of life.
And discovering how you should act as how the family unit operates, how like it's like so much more is revealed, and you get to see what's really important and what's really not important. Realizing like we were born into a situation that we didn't even choose to be, and we were forced to work and just. Even after slavery, we were still enslaved because we were still working for the system. So we were just on grind mode since we've been born and just trying to get it done, get it finished. And we was able to really unplug and really like just look at each other and be like, man, like, I really love you.
And enjoy each other. Because it's like in America, it's like you have to spend most of your time working to make ends meet. So it's like you can't really enjoy your family and, really experience life the way that it should be experienced, I should say.
Yeah, since we got here, we spent more family time together. We were doing it in America, but now it's better here. It's not as much stress. And if we go hiking at a park, we don't have to worry about some crazy white people trying to come bother us, the police. pulling up, accusing us of things. Like it's much more
You don't have
relaxed.
to worry about your kids. Your kids can roam freely in the streets and
Yeah.
play. You don't have to worry about people trying to snatch them up or,
Hold up.
pedophiles.
She said roam free. Where's
Yeah.
T3 at?
T3 is with a whole nother family.
Whole nother
y'all.
family,
He's
yeah.
eating,
He's roaming.
He's eating French fries with somebody else.
He's roaming free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the family. We family
Yeah.
over here. People ain't, they're
Yeah.
not tripping.
No,
Yeah,
everybody
nah.
is family.
Yeah.
It took some getting used to, honestly. Like people would walk up and try to grab him, and I would be like, man, I don't know you like that, but I had to realize it was more so my mentality than them. But these people are very helpful and friendly over here. It's a totally different vibe. Totally.
So I got this question here that people always hit me with this question. Because you talked about work and being overworked in the United States and stuff. How do y'all sustain yourselves, and have y'all started any type of business or anything like that?
We haven't started a business over here yet, but we're gonna start something once we get all the legalities in order. Because it's kind of you can't do business over here illegally. So we got to make sure that we get everything set up properly with immigration and with the laws and everything. But we have a all natural wellness company that we were running in America.
Say that one more time.
We have an all natural wellness company. My wife, she makes natural products for your hair, your body, and your skin. She's a licensed herbal practitioner and a student midwife. And I'm a carpenter and I do marketing as well. So we add the products together and we team up and I do some of the marketing and we do that.
Not doing well.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well. We actually we were one of Essie's best sellers before we left America. But we just had to take a break. We had to stop to come here. Like we didn't want to get too distracted. That was another reason we had got so busy on Etsy that we realized like we need family time. We need to really grow this thing. So yeah, we can do pretty well with it.
Good. Now, I know that people are interested in, how difficult is it, one, to start a business? Because, I know people, they lied about Rwanda.
They lied.
No, they lied about they brag about Rwanda so easy to start businesses and stuff like that. How is it here when it comes to starting business or citizenship or becoming a resident?
I would say the process is much more strenuous here. It's not as simple as it is in Rwanda, but it's doable. And I say the process is strenuous because I think, in my opinion, it's because that the leaders of the country are trying to keep the wrong people out. Like they make the process difficult so you won't be able to come in and steal from the locals and steal from the country. So it's kind of like you have to go through, like they have immigration rules on their websites and the process where you have to fill out certain forms and have the right people to do it. So it's kind of, it takes more work here. You got to pay more money over here than in comparison to Rwanda.
Yeah.
Good. And so it's doable, like I say, but you gotta really want to do it though. And I respect the decision for them to make it difficult for people to come in. Like I know people that complain about it. Oh, it's so hard. How am I gonna do things? But if you understand what the people been through, you understand where they're trying to get to. So you're like, I understand why these rules are in place. They're trying to keep the wrong people out. Yeah. So just know your place. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, one of the big questions I'm quite sure people are interested in is the demographics of the race of people that are here. Do you see the Zungus around a lot?
Well, no, not a lot. No, I don't. And it's, whew, y'all, it feels good. The freedom is amazing. I kind of.
Well, here you go, right here. So family, y'all can see right here. Let's see who's the minority or the majority in this room. So you can see that we are the majority. And that's in the city that Dar es Salaam, as well as the whole continent, and as well as this country here. So, yeah,
Yeah, it's real. It's liberating too. you don't realize how much your mind is held captive when you're dealing with that until you escape from it. Because I get to ride down the street now and think freely about different ideas that I can help and bring to the community and like different ways I can provide for my family. Like I'm able to think freely now because I don't have the stress of like, oh, are they racist? Or are they gonna call the cops on me? So yeah, it's liberating and it's not many of them over here. Thankfully.
Now you talk about having the cops called on you and stuff. And we know you said you're from Memphis. You know, Memphis used to ride, you know, that crime scale, like number one a few years, and they had a lot of the police shows and stuff about in Memphis and stuff.
First 48, stuff like
Yeah. How were you able to escape that? And were you, you know, was it, hold on a second, family. He's trying to bring the food over. But how were you able to escape that?
Like I said in my other answer, it was by the grace of God, man. I always knew I had a bigger purpose, and I always knew I had to do something that would change the world. I always knew I had that kind of calling on my life. I just never knew what's the word I'm looking for? My gift. I struggled in finding my gift, but I always knew my purpose. Mm-hmm. And once I knew like that I had to move differently in order to get to that spot, I just started surrounding myself and trying to get around the right people that were doing that I knew would get me in that direction. So I sort of like said, that's why I left Memphis. I had to go to Nashville to get away from everybody to really find out who I was. So I escaped by leaving, honestly. Like, unfortunately I was shot at. I was invited to gangs. I was invited to flip drugs. I was invited to do a whole lot of different things, but I always knew like, if I touch anything like that, I'm gone immediately. Like I don't get, if I do anything that's wrong, like I'm in trouble quickly. God don't play with me about things like that. So I knew like, I have to be strategic and get away from the bad influences.
Yeah. I asked that question because of, you know, there's brothers out there who are trying to find a new way of life. Mm-hmm. And that, you know, sometimes there's those out there who just feel there is no way out. And I think it's powerful what you said is that you had to basically kind of escape that type of environment. Basically what you did as far as the whole country in a sense, you escaped the country, came to a whole different continent and country, and I'm quite sure it worked out for you for the better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I left and found a wife.
That's a beautiful thing, right, man. You found a wife. Hey, he who finds a wife finds a
good thing and obtain a favor.
And obtain his favor. Yes.
Speaking of wives, she's back. Hey.
So family, you know, we're here with T3 and me, our beautiful couple here who's young in spirit, and I call it young in age too. But it just amazes me that how, you know, a young couple like themselves who just decided to leave America and decided to go on a journey of life to reestablish themselves for the better, that they feel that they can have better opportunities, a better future for their son, and probably the rest of the kids y'all probably got down the road, hopefully.
I'm trying my best to hold on. Immigration, I want to get this immigration stuff right before I plant another seed. So it's like, But hey,
I feel you.
It's in the back of my mind for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So one second, family. We gotta wait till this food. Let me show y'all some food. We got us some wings and fries and burger and fries. Serenity got some pasta. What is that? Alfredo or something? She got some Alfredo. What you get, baby?
Taste me pasta. Mine is coming out.
Okay, she got some taste me pasta, you know. And so, yeah, we gonna sit here, we gonna eat and smack on all over, and y'all can go ahead and just help yourself. And I'm gonna do a little quick talk with the folks and stuff. And I'm hoping this is motivational to some. because I know there are people who say this. It seems like it's impossible. It seems like it's impossible to uproot and go to a different continent, to a different country. And here's just another couple. Yeah, here's just another couple who decided to leave, who decided to have a new beginning. I mean, why not? Trump said, "What do you got to lose?" That's what he told black folk in America. What do you got to lose? Y'all poor. Y'all have the worst education system. Y'all have most crime. Y'all locked up. Y'all have all this stuff. He said that so confidently, like that. It was like, here's a white person telling you, the country you live in, y'all the poorest, y'all locked up, y'all ain't got no good education, y'all ain't got the great jobs. Lean on me and I'll do better for you. Now I'm gonna ask people, has he done better for you? Did Obama do better for you? But to be able to go forward in life and take a chance or take that, I tell my kids sometimes that the door of opportunity only stays open for so long. And when it closes, Lord knows when the next time is going to open. And so my thing is, like I said, I don't push for anybody to move here to the continent. I say come visit first and see and check it out. But you have examples like here, our brother and sister here, who are living the dream. Or, excuse me, not the dream, because you said, hey, sometimes dreams is just a dream, But their dream came into reality, and that was moving to the mother continent of Africa. And so this is just another example of what we can do as a people. This is just another example of when you're determined to try to succeed and go beyond what America told you, that the sky's the limit, which here, there ain't no limit. There is no sky's no limit. It's infinite of possibilities around us that you can just reach out and decide which direction you want to go. And so, I feel as though that we had to hear their story. For those who have not, who don't know who they are, they have a YouTube channel called T3andMe, right? What is y'all's channel about? What do y'all kind of share with the people? Caught you chewing. That's all right. That's all right.
Okay. So it's basically, it started off as T3's Hungry, y'all. It started off as a channel that was basically like showing a journey of fatherhood with T2 and T3. But it wound up somehow turning into
Hey family, I'm so glad mine are grown and gone. And like you said, they're lovable. They love them when they're young. But there's those times it's like, okay, you gotta raise them, gotta train them, and you gotta put that work in. And he's at the age, they gotta put that work in, And I smile when I see people with the young little kids. I'm like, woo!
It teaches you patience.
It does. It teaches patience. Oh yeah.
But the channel initially started off as it was my son and I. We was just doing little videos giving educational tips for fathers to help with mothers and to be more active. Because I know we have a bogus statistic that's going around that a lot of black men aren't involved in their kids' lives. So I wanted to sort of help curve that statistic and give people insight and viewpoint on my relationship with my son to help them, learn that it's doable. So don't be afraid of it. Even if you didn't have an example, here's some videos where you can have an example. And somehow we ended up moving to Africa, and now we're doing Africa videos. So I'm thinking of continuing to do educational videos because I don't. That's what the initial purpose was, but I'm kind of struggling because the viewers are asking for something different now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
don't let them stretch you.
Right. Right. So yeah, that's how it started. That's where we at now.
Cool. So I'm going to let him go ahead and eat, and we get food in. We're just sharing, you know, just telling another story and different narrative than what was being told to us. I got a question. Have y'all ran across a lot of brothers and sisters from the U.S. or the U.K. who's come and who's venturing here? Because it seems like Tanzania is getting a lot of popularity. You're seeing YouTubers now popping up. Have y'all met a lot out here, or?
Yeah,
a lot of
there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
We're in a WhatsApp group with like Dar Repatriates. There's like over 100, almost 200 families in there alone who have relocated here. So yeah, it's growing. It's people from America, the UK, the Caribbean islands. There's lots of the diaspora who have
What's the
repatriated.
other lady? Switzerland?
That's part of it. He does UK. Well, not UK, but Europe. Lots of people from Europe. So yeah, there's people from all four corners that have repatriated here to Dar es Salaam and Arusha and the other parts of Tanzania. So yeah.
Great. I'm gonna let her go ahead and get her in. You know, thank you, Plum, for your donation. We appreciate that. So, family, if y'all have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put in some of your questions here. You know, we're not going to keep this long. We're going to, just going to go ahead and break a little bit more bread with our family here and just get to know them a little bit more. But I wanted to introduce you all. Tim reached out to me. What was it, about a couple weeks ago, I think it was? Yeah, he reached out to me and all that right there, and I was definitely flattered to definitely connect with them. Because like I said, if you look at my channel, I had put them on my channel a couple months ago. So I thought it was worth you all knowing about this couple here who decided to leave America and decided to go ahead and embark on greater opportunities than what is offered there in the USA. And
They
so,
wanted us to link up. They were talking about you on our live. They're like, did y'all go Blackexpat and Dar? Y'all need to link up.
Yeah,
So like
okay.
the YouTubers, man, they be on it.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
Oh yeah, and we appreciate that because this is a family network and it's a family unit. So I think we all should connect in some form, fashion. So and that's what it's about. We talk about unity there in America, and a lot of division, a whole lot of different identities and different labels that we put on ourselves to keep us from unifying together. But here we do have one thing in common, and that is we are in the motherland, and typically one who's left America has probably a different Pan-Africanism mindset and sense of wanting to come back and try Africa out, the home where we were all we originated.
Right.
So
This is where they stole us from. So it's kind of like, why not come back home?
yeah.
Like a lot of people, you were mentioning earlier how you said some brothers may be struggling and trying to figure out like how to move.
Yeah.
One thing somebody told me that helped me, he said, instead of idolizing people who you look up to, start emulating them. Like, cause you see that they going to where you want to go. You see what you want to do, so just pick their life apart and do what they did.
You gotta reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
That's true.
Life is all about which principles you follow. If you continue to if you do the wrong principles, you're gonna get wrong results. But if you try to do the right thing, and keep trying to succeed and prosper the right way, you're gonna get it. Like it's written. You just have to continue to just keep going on the path and don't get deterred. If you feel that inkling to know you're different and supposed to be doing something different, just do what you need to do to go be different. But it's going to take some work. Yeah.
Definitely gonna take some work.
Yeah.
So what did you got there, sister? Some parting words of wisdom.
Well, I would say, if you feel the inkling in your soul, your spirit or the desire to come back to Africa. Don't let a lot of things hinder you, like the cares of the world. Of course, you need to make a plan and execute it, but really just step out on faith and have your plan together, and everything's gonna work out. You may run into certain obstacles, but don't let it deter you from making a move if you feel it in your spirit that it's time for you to go. Because once you get over here, you'll discover that a lot of the things that you were worried about really doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things. Like getting all your stuff shipped over here and all that stuff. Like a lot of that stuff doesn't even matter, because once you get over here, you can buy pretty much everything you need. So. Yeah, just go with your gut feeling, guys. And, just have faith and everything will work out.
That's awesome. And y'all heard it, family. And, it's one of the scariest things in life is always, jumping off a ledge, jumping into a new business, job, relationship, jumping into, these are all risks. There's no guaranteed in life. There's no 100% that anything's going to work out. Everything that you have done, you've taken a chance. If you think about it, when you went to college and got your degree, first of all, they took the money from you and they told you they would give you the piece of paper after you were done. You didn't worry about whether or not they would give you that piece of paper. You paid your money, and in the end, they said they will give you your so-called degree. So you took a chance on that, You take a chance on a job that you don't even know whether or not it's going to go ahead and last the length of the contract that you signed, or whether it's the duration, it's going to be able to take care of the bills that you incur because you got a job, whether it's buying a car, buying a house, and you could lose your job tomorrow. There ain't no guarantees in life. And so, yes, one should, have at least a sensible plan to plan, and prepare properly. But in actuality, I get so many emails asking me about, how much do I need? How much is it going to cost? And, a lot of people want me to do the legwork for them. You will not appreciate going through the hard, rough times of trying to get where you need to be if somebody had to do it for you. You would just waste it away if somebody did all the hard work for you. And so, but we have examples here. Like I said, there's examples that you could follow, like our brothers and sisters right here, and, the example here is like, hey, don't try to reinvent the wheel, as I said. People are here to help. People are here to guide you. People are here to show you that, it ain't as bad as you might think it is. And, we do know that not everybody's on board and want to come to Africa. Hey, to each his own. Not everybody needs to, because people are in their own place at their own time, in their own time. So, well, I know by those who are on my channel and the emails I receive, I'm saying, here you go, another example. Here's another example of a couple with a 1-year-old up and rooted from USA and started a new beginning. There's no excuse. There ain't no excuse. Yeah. So with that, family, I want to thank our family for meeting with us today and inviting us out. Yeah. So it's been fun, and we're going to finish off the meal and continue some conversation. And so we wish each and every one of you all a beautiful day. And for those who gave financially, we thank you. Those who gave by just listening or sharing or kind words you gave, we appreciate each and every one of you all. Matter of fact, let me, because I did say a question. I'm gonna ask 5 questions.
Is language a barrier?
That's right. Is language a barrier for y'all?
Yes. It's not a. It's not a barrier. It's an adjustment. I wouldn't say a barrier. It's an adjustment.
It's adjustment.
Yeah. It's like, it's not difficult, but it's something that's new. And we have the mindset like we want to be here, so it's easy for us to learn it and like, oh, I'm learning a new language. We're excited about it, so it's not really a barrier. It's kind of exciting to us.
Yeah, and there's still enough people who speak English to where, you can still get things done, and even if you need to have like a translator with you, and you know, when you go to like certain local places, um, there's enough people here who do speak English to where you can still understand what's going on and get what you need to get done. And really, if you learn just like the numbers and the basic greetings, that's really all you need at first to get started. Because then you can negotiate your taxi fares, your bajaji fares. When you go to the market, you know how much things are supposed to cost. So really, if you just learn the numbers and the fruits and vegetables, you'll be good to go to start off.
Yeah.
Nice. Question number 2.
Can you still use Etsy in Tanzania?
And you still use Etsy
Etsy.
in Tanzania. Can we use Etsy here? Use it far as selling or?
For selling or purchasing?
Selling.
Oh,
You had mentioned before.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Once we get everything situated, we definitely will go back live on Etsy. Our shop is closed because it says, what is it? We're taking a break. If you go to Etsy and see it, it'll say we're taking a break. So we'll just lift that up once we get everything in order.
Okay. Question number 3.
What is the name of this restaurant?
Taste me. Taste me.
Taste me.
Show that.
Question number 4.
Dale was asking.
Oh, are we gonna be able to? Have you ever met Exodus?
No.
You know Exodus? Yeah, I reached out to her, but I haven't heard any response back from her because I definitely wanted to just show what she had going on, or the project that she's doing. And I think I also featured her on my one of the YouTubers on my channel, but I haven't heard anything back from her, so haven't met her yet. We'll let that be. That was a question, I guess. Question number 5. Question.
Oh, do you plan to visit other countries?
Yes. After COVID and everything.
Y'all plan on?
We definitely want to go and see the rest of the motherland. We have to.
Okay. All right, family. Well, hey, that's 5 questions there. I did see a question on here about doing a video on the money. Can you make a video about Tanzania money so we can know how to count the money? Typically we do a video on money so they know how to count the money. Typically I've shown videos of the money. So yeah, we can do that because I like to show us folks on our money. So yeah, we can do that. With that, family, this is your man, not your boy. You need to get your butt back over to Africa. So hey, have a good night. All right, peace and love and blessings to each and every one of you all. Y'all can say goodbye.
Y'all be safe.
Everybody be safe.
Come back to Africa like he said. ASAP.